Hi, I am have been having trouble recording this video all morning, so hopefully this time works. Today I'm going to talk to you about a writing exercise to do with your kids to say goodbye at the end of the school year. So the end of the school year brings a lot of complex emotions for students and teachers. For students, many of them are excited, they're ready to go to be done with school. But for some kids, it can be scary. They're worried about the transition, perhaps to middle school or maybe just to the next teacher. For some of them, summer break is not a great time of the year. It's less security, less food security. Um, and for some of them, their teachers may be the only person in their life that shows care for them. Um, and writing is a great way to work through some of these complex emotions, especially poetry. So today I'm going to introduce you to this writing exercise. This writing exercise uses a great mentor text. The mentor text is Japanese death poetry. So you are going to start off by introducing your students to the ancient art form of Japanese death poetry. Now, below this video, I have given you three different Japanese death poems that you can read to them. And if you visit the links that I've given you, you will find several other options to choose from. Now, if you go to the Tokyo Weekender article, you can read more about the history of Japanese death poetry. It is a fascinating art form. It's been going on for centuries, so I highly recommend reading that so that you can tell your students more about that. But basically, it was haikus and tankas that were meant to be a poet or a Buddhist monk or whoever's writing it. It was meant to be their last words. Um, and there were a few rules to Japanese death poems, which we will get into in a second. But so as you are giving this writing exercise to your students, you're going to read through the haikus. You're going to talk to them about the ancient art form. You're going to read through the three haikus, and then you're going to have your kids notice a few things. Rule number one, these are Japanese death poems. They were meant to be written on a poet's deathbed as their last words, but they don't mention the word death. They're talking about death, but they don't mention the word death or dying. That's the first rule. In haiku's all about images, that you don't ever come right out and say what you mean, right? It's all an imagery. It's all figurative language, so that you don't say death. The second rule of these Japanese death poems, and because they went over centuries, sometimes this rule was in place, sometimes it wasn't, but you were supposed to denote the season that you were dying in through a nature image. And sometimes it's hard to tell what that season is because we don't have the same cultural nature symbols for the seasons. But that's what you're supposed to do. So after this, you'll talk to them about how we are going to write our own goodbye poems. They're not on our deathbed, but they're, on the deathbed of our fourth grade selves, or a fourth grade year. They're goodbye poems. They're goodbye poems to our fourth grade year, our fifth grade year, our sixth grade year, whatever. Okay. But we're going to start by figuring out an image for the season. And so you'll start by brainstorming images for the summer season, and preferably nature images, but it doesn't have to be, like a great image for summer is kids running through the sprinklers. Is that a nature image? It has kids in it, so you could say it's nature. But I mean, it's not like a flower growing. But so sprinklers, sunflowers, write a nice big list with everyone's ideas of images for summer. And then that gives them a nice bank of images that they can start rolling with to get their creative juices going. Then you're going to hand out the graphic organizer that I've provided below. And after that, you're going to model for them how to go through it, how to think about how you're feeling about the end of the school year, and then how to come up with an image that might reflect that feeling, and then how to put it all into a poem. And remember, you don't have to put all of your feelings in there, right? You're just brainstorming several of them and putting them into 5 syllables, 7 syllables, 5 syllables. And remember, in order to do that, we're not writing in complete sentences. We're just writing in images. We're leaving out unnecessary words like the, of, just, like, is. We're just writing in images. Haiku is just meant to be an image, 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 just like a painting. It's not meant to be full sentences, right? And you write the first draft, and then you're going to model, I wonder if I could make this better. You're going to model revising it. After you do that, of course, with the class's help, then you'll set them to do it. And after they do that, the most important part is letting them share. Let them share their work. Let them share their feelings through their work. And so I hope that with this writing prompt and this poetry prompt that you get a chance to connect more deeply with your students. In this age of AI, we have to put the humanity into our writing and our writing exercises.